Good morning, Sky Divas. I hope everyone is doing well. Sky Divas and future Sky Divas. Excuse the appearance, but you know it is 6 o'clock in the morning where I'm at, and I am, of course, getting ready for another 4-day. This video was inspired last night, and before I forget, because I always forget this, what at the end of my videos, for those of you who don't use hotel soap and everything, and you know we go to plenty of hotels, I'm going to challenge everyone to get a little box at home. I'll call it your hotel box or whatever. And when you go to your hotels and you go in the restroom and they have, you know, all the soaps and lotions and stuff, like everybody's hair texture and everybody's body type doesn't react well to these or what have you, take them anyway. When you go home, just throw them all in a box. What I do is I have a Ziploc. I put them in Ziploc bags, and when I have extra money, like $5, I put it inside a Ziploc bag, and I keep them in a bag in my car, in the back seat or whatever, so that when I'm traveling down the road, and if I come to a stop sign and I see a homeless person, I just reach in there and hand them a bag. I think another guy, he makes care packages and he delivers them to homeless shelters once he gets to a certain amount. So that could be another contribution that you could have, you know, give back or whatever. That's up to you. Some people won't agree. Some people have issues with homeless people, and they don't want to help because they feel like, you know, whatever their personal beliefs are. Hey, to each their own. That's just something that I do, and it's just a suggestion, and you don't have to do it. I'm not trying to be all political and all that stuff like that. It's just that being a single mom, I've been in situations where I technically have been, you know, homeless before, never to that extent, but I know what it's like to struggle. And it's easy for people to say, well, you can just go get a job. No, it's not that easy, because I have a degree. And when I was laid off, I couldn't even find a job. So imagine, and I had clothes to go interview and an address to use. So just imagine if maybe you have a record, or if you have a record and no address and no clothes, nothing to brush your teeth with, how are you going to walk into not even in a McDonald's and get hired? Because they're not going to hire you because they don't trust you. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's my little rant about that. But the other thing is, this was brought to me last night, and I just want to say this real quick. Our company is a great company. With that being said, when we go on our IOEs, we have to hold our instructors to a certain standard, because these are the people that we are relying on to teach us what we need to know and back up everything that we've learned in training, correct? So they're called leads for a reason. And I do feel that just because a person knows a lot of information, not everybody is capable of being a leader, right? Everybody had a job to where your supervisor or your manager did not have the people skills. They couldn't talk to people. They didn't know how to talk to people. They talked at people. They didn't understand. They were not understanding. They didn't understand situations, and they just made your job just miserable and horrible, and you just hated going to work, right? I've had that experience, and it's like you can't really say nothing because you need the job and you want the job. And if you say something, then you don't know if anyone's going to take up for you or believe you and all that, right? I get it. It's not the what I want. I get that, right? You don't want that to happen. So this particular person, she's brand new on her IOE. I've kind of mentored her a little bit. She met me just through this, and she reaches out to me and asks me questions, and I try to direct her in the right direction, especially if it's something that I don't know, because I'm new too, you know. I'm just going on my year, so I'm just doing videos just based off of my personal experience, right? So she's having a really rough time with her IOE and her instructor, because her instructor she's enforcing her personal agendas, her personal views, whether it's political or racially motivated or what have you, into this person's IOE. And that has something to do with the job. I need you to focus on the task at hand and the job. And it doesn't have anything to do with my job performance and what I need to get me through the day for my job. I don't care what your beliefs are. You can be pro Kaepernick, you can be pro NFL, you can be pro Trump or pro whatever it is. That's your business outside of work. Don't bring that into my job. And this girl crying, thinking she's gonna fail because of this person and her personal views and agendas and her attacks. And she's up crying, because she doesn't know what to do. And if she says something, then, is the company gonna believe me? Because I'm new, or they're gonna fire me? And my best advice was, do something now. Don't wait till after your IOE, your end of your IOE tomorrow, for this person to fail you, and then you have to call and try to appeal it. You need to say something now. You don't let stuff like that fester. You don't wait. I don't care how late it is. You need to send an email to the lead instructor. You need to tell them your concerns and why they're your concerns. You need to document it. You need to put it on paper. You need to have a paper trail. And I found out who she needed to email, sent her the information. She was afraid to reach out. No, do it now. This is after midnight. Someone reached out to me via Facebook inbox. I told her what was going on. She was a lead supervisor. She reached out to the person who she needed to talk to, and they're going to do something about it. And that's what I love about this company, is that they have a zero tolerance. They don't tolerate that type of stuff, and they're going to nip it in the bud. And I say that to say, you're going to, everywhere you go, no matter what kind of job you have, you're going to meet those type of people. Don't let it affect you. Don't let it hinder you. Don't let it stop you from being an advocate for yourself and speaking up for yourself and speaking up for others when you see something that's not right. As much as I love this job, and as much as I love this company, as much as I praise this company, I'm not going to be disrespected. I'm not going to be abused and misused and treated like a low-class citizen. I'm not going to let another FA talk to me, treat me, disrespect me in any kind of way without speaking up for myself. And if it ever comes to a point to where I have to either walk away from my job that I love so much because I don't feel like they have my back or my best intentions or my best interests, and I'm in a hostile situation with someone, I will walk away, because my dignity and my pride and my family comes first. So be an advocate for yourself, and if you see someone that's not right, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. There is a way to do that without getting into arguments and fighting and cussing folks out and having words or whatever like that. If you can't go to that individual and talk woman to woman or man to man, then you reach out to the supervisor and you let them know something, and then you put it in writing and you put it on paper and you document it. And at the end of the day, if you don't feel like your company is being fair, and you feel like you were being discriminated upon or what have you, I know what I would do. I don't know what you're doing, but I know what I would do. But I just want to say that. And when you have your IOE, we get forms that we have to fill out, because just like these instructors have to critique us and make sure we're fit and that we're knowledgeable when we get out on the line alone, we have to critique them and hold them to higher standards, because they're our leaders. A leader is only as good as their worst patient or their worst employee. So if they put me out, if I'm horrible as a flight attendant and don't know jack, and they pass me and put me out on the line and I'm messing up everything, I make them look bad because they led me, right? So you tend to follow the lead. So if your leader has issues and not doing things right and all that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, say something, stand up for yourself. And everyone have a good morning. That's my rant for today. Let me go get myself together because I'm looking like Celie right now. And I'll see you on the line. Take care.